Here's something else to be aware of when talking about reflexive verbs in Spanish, and that is that English gives us a choice. If we go back to that verb to wash again, in English we could say, I washed this morning, or I washed myself this morning. So both are grammatically correct and both have the same more or less meaning, right? So English gives you the choice. In this case, I washed this morning is not reflexive, but I washed myself is reflexive. So this action of washing, you can express it either reflexive or not reflexively. Now, Spanish doesn't give you that choice. The only way to express that would be I washed myself this morning. So Spanish compels you to make that action reflexive, and it does this a lot. For example, we could say in English, I wondered about it, or you could say, I wondered to myself about it. So in both cases, you're expressing that action of wondering, but one is reflexive, I wondered to myself, and one is not. So you have the choice. But again, the only way to express that in Spanish would be reflexively, I wondered to myself about it. So knowing this, it's easy to see why reflexive verbs are popping up absolutely everywhere in Spanish. There are three main reasons for that. The first one is that Spanish, they have all the same reflexive verbs as we do in English. So they have all of them already. Plus, many actions which aren't treated as reflexive in English are treated reflexive in Spanish, as we were talking about in the last video. And then thirdly, Spanish doesn't give you the choice. So it compels you to make actions reflexive, while in English we often have the choice. We can make them reflexive or not, doesn't matter, it expresses the same thing and both are correct. So these are the three main reasons why you find reflexive verbs popping up everywhere in Spanish.